Woodside. And welcome, my friends, to Monday, October 3rd, 2016. It's gonna be a great day. Let's stand up together and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Woodside, way to go. Grab a seat for this week's announcements. It's going to be a grand week starting with Wednesday afternoon, Honors Choir and Kids Bible Club. And this Thursday evening at 6:30 in our library is the PTO. Make it a grand week. And now, my friends, this just in from the Did You Know department. Did you know that there are more plastic flamingos than real ones in the United States? And did you know it is impossible, yes, impossible, to lick your elbow? And did you know it's impossible to burp in space? And 75% of you just tried to lick your elbows. It's choice, your choice. Life is a matter of choice. We live by choice, not chance. You choose to come to school today. You choose to come over the choice of the consequences of not coming. Still, it was a choice. To see that we have choices instead of we have to frees us to choose what to do, what to think, what to feel. We live by choice, not chance. We are choice makers. When we realize we do things by choice, we can begin to accept greater responsibility for our lives. We don't have to. We get to. Do we have to know this? No, we get to know this. Do we have to write incomplete sentences? We get to write incomplete sentences. Do we have to do that assignment? No, we get to do the assignment. Do we have to read that? We get to read that. Do we have to turn it in tomorrow? We get to turn it in. Woodsiders are choosers and noble crusaders of the get-tos. You don't have to do anything in life, but you get to do a lot of things. And one of the greatest things you'll ever get to do is to become educated. Go. Get to it. Be a choice maker. Be brave. Be kind. Be good. Believe in yourself. And tell somebody you appreciate them today. Because you get to. It's a matter of choice. And now, my friends, here are some choice makers being respectful, responsible, ready to learn leaders. I have some wonderful names. Sit back, get ready, here we go. Caesar in Mrs. Smoker's room. Helen in Mrs. Welliver's. Miguel in Miss Sherwood's. Natalie from Mr. Bateman's room. Jennifer in Mr. Bolin, Mrs. Fisher's room. Maya in Mrs. Welliver's. Blake in Miss Smoker's. Kiana in Miss Sherwood's room. Alana from Mrs. Bickle's. Maya with Mrs. Lean. Sherry in Mrs. Welliver's room. Bree from Mrs. Maxwell and Ayana in Mrs. Maxwell's, Samantha in Mr. Bull and Mrs. Fisher's room, and Tavion in Miss Bartell's, Miasell, Mr. Edson's, Lucas, Mrs. Bickle's, Isaiah in Mr. Edson's, Brooklyn in Mrs. Ackerson's, Janelle in Mrs. Johar's, Ayanan in Mr. O'Neill's, Lillian in Mrs. Ackerson's, Eduardo's in Mrs. Hadavy, and Joey with Mrs. Hadavy, and Liliana in Miss Bartell's, and Evan with Mrs. Bickle. Way to go. Come on down with your teacher's permission to get your certificates. Hey, Woodside, remember, be choice makers. Go out there and make it an awesome week. The choice is yours.